Welcome to Phantom Radar Battalion, locking on today's key events of August 30th, 2024. Let's dive into the critical developments shaping the global landscape. On the home front today in New York, an explosion rocked a residential building in the Bronx. An unidentified man placed a possible IED at the entrance of a building on the 2400 block of Hughes Avenue. The device exploded shortly after the suspect left, causing damage but no reported injuries. The person of interest was last seen on a red scooter heading south of Arthur Avenue and remains at large. Analysts commented, "Details about the Bronx IED incident remain scarce, leaving uncertainty about whether this was a terror attack or a criminal act. Successful IED detonations in the United States are rare, making this incident particularly concerning, even if it turns out to be related to local crime." Across Britain, the wave of stabbing attacks continues to escalate. Last night, a 13-year-old boy was fatally stabbed in Birmingham. Meanwhile, British authorities are intensifying their crackdown on dissent, launching another series of raids and arrests targeting individuals who have voiced dissenting opinions online or participated in anti-government demonstrations. Notably, an 11-year-old child was arrested for allegedly making offensive remarks online, highlighting the government's strict stance on speech crimes. Analyst comments in Eastern Europe, the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine continues to challenge strategic limits. According to the analyst, Russia employs the doctrine of reflexive control to deter adversaries by exploiting Western fears of escalation, especially nuclear escalation. This strategy has created hesitation in providing Ukraine with critical military support. Recognizing that these red lines are often strategic bluffs rather than genuine deterrence is critical for effectively supporting Ukraine in its efforts against Russian aggression. Turning to the Middle East, the conflict between Israel and Hamas remains fierce, with heavy fighting reported in the Gaza Strip. Israeli forces are conducting airstrikes and ground operations, specifically in the central and southern regions. Alarms have sounded in various locations, indicating ongoing rocket attacks. Meanwhile, in the West Bank, a multi-day IDF operation continues, with reports of more Palestinian casualties. The IDF has targeted multiple areas, including an airstrike near Jenin that killed several militants. Shifting to Lebanon, Hezbollah has launched smaller-scale attacks on northern Israel compared to recent weeks. In response, the Israeli Air Force has conducted strikes in southern Lebanon, destroying Hezbollah infrastructure and targeting militants. On the ground in Syria, tensions are high as protests erupt in the southern Ceuta governorate. Demonstrators are demanding the overthrow of the current president and calling for freedom, democracy, and justice. Meanwhile, in Damascus, a tunnel network is reportedly being constructed under the airport to facilitate the transfer of arms to Hezbollah, aiming to protect weapons from airstrikes and bolster Hezbollah's military capabilities. Down in South America, Brazil has taken the dramatic step of banning Twitter, or X, nationwide following ongoing disputes with Elon Musk over platform mandates. Supreme Court Justice Alexandre de Moraes has played a central role in this controversy, advocating for the ban to limit political opposition under the guise of combating disinformation. That's all for today's briefing. From the rising violence of government crackdowns in the UK to the explosion in the Bronx and the ongoing conflicts in the Middle East, the world remains on edge. Stay tuned, stay informed, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.